Hey there, everyone. Let me turn that down a bit. My name is fucking Jeff, and the guy again, blah, 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 blah. You know, same old, whatever. I was gonna play something else at first today, because I wanted to, but like, I just finished playing A2XT, and I wanted to basically just take a break and just play something more chill. Hey, look, it's Raw Meat. I'm not gonna play Raw Meat, because I already played as him, and I don't feel like playing through. I don't feel like doing a nightmare run with him on camera. It's like I feel like Nightmare and Hell are fun, but they're not very recordable. If that makes sense, because it ends up feeling like I'm just kind of doing the same thing forever. Because I want to, you want to explain what you're doing, but then it's like, well, I'm doing the same thing. So this is where I have to make a decision, because I played as the Barb, and then during the various randos, I played as an assassin, I played as the Druid. I don't think I ever played as the Paladin, and I don't think I played the Sork and the Amazon, so I'm basically choosing between these three. I'm kind of thinking the Amazon, but like considering in the last run I did in this was a throw barb, I feel like doing the Amazon will end up feeling like I'm just playing throw barb 2.0, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want to play as the Sorceress. Sorceress is so like I never like playing the Sorceress just because, like, fuck, she is so that is the meta, basically. That's as close to a D2 meta as there is just Sork, teleport everywhere, nuke everything, you win. But Paladin's kind of like not the most exciting. Like, Paladin's a good multiplayer character, but I feel like single player he's kind of boring. Because, like, in single player, there really isn't much of a choice for auras, because, like, the defensive auras are all really only useful for, like, multiplayer. Because putting a defensive aura on, and then playing as a character that has nothing else to really buff him means that the game just goes really slow. Fuck it. What do I call her? Amazon? Javazon, Bozon, those are the classic names, but let's just say Princess, cause haha, Princess Diana. Are we gonna do hardcore? Ooh, I did do hardcore last time. You know what? Wait. Okay, that's slightly confusing. Pre-expansion. In vanilla, that's expansion character. But that actually changes what it means in the thing. Fuck it, we'll be hardcore. If the run ends early because I die, you know, it ends early because I die. That's just how it go, you know?
Good day.
We got our Javas, our buckle. I'm going to chuck that because it's unnecessary. And we're just gonna get going. Man, I haven't actually played regular D2 in quite a while. I've been playing a ton of Median XL, which is it's a really fun mod. I've talked about it a lot, but
I shall purge this land of the shadow.
That's still really loud, I feel like. Oh damn it, stop walking. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a smidge more again. That might just be because the voice is really loud, because I think I might have turned that down. Median XL is very fun, but it is also very, very different from regular Diablo 2, so it's like you can't even really compare it, you know what I mean? It's also weird because now it's like I get to play on like kind of widescreen, but also like kind of, it's like Median XL actually has its custom launcher with the same resolution as this basically, so it's not even really a thing. Stab, stab. You know, an attribute that... Wow, rejuve this early on, jeez. An attribute that is definitely underestimated, I feel like, when people think about weapons in this game is that different weapons have different attack ranges. And, like, that is honestly, like, a bigger deal, I think, than people realize. Like, having a weapon that has a ton of range is actually, like, really useful. Not just because it lets you, like, hit stuff easier and hit them from far away, but it's also, like, stuff has a harder time running away from you. There's just a lot of things that just like make it like more good. More good. good speech. Ooh, a key. Wow, let's pick that up. Hell yeah. Put that in I guess here. Get our waypoint and now straight to the den. Oh. You can probably hear the dogs barking. Oh well, that's their business.
I hear foul creatures about.
Let's go right. Because a lot of the time the den will dead end on one side. I feel like more often than not it dead ends on the right, but I don't actually know if that's true. Get out of here. Thank you for the level up, because that is actually like kind of helpful for this. Oh, I don't have no pickup on, do I? Let's stab all y'all quickly and... Whoops, I can't see my keyboard when I have it like this, so there you go, no pickup. Did they add a shortcut for that? I don't even remember. The nice thing about being on Amazon is that you can mostly just pump a lot of your points into... You don't have to worry as much about strength because your main weapon is from dexterity. I mean, strength... I guess on the other hand, maybe that's a bad thing. It does mean that if you just want to pump up your weapon, it's a little more focused, I guess. Early on, though, it's like, yeah, just pump vitality. That is one thing that Medium definitely does a lot better than regular Diablo 2, is that vitality is not even close to being as, like, you have to use this skill. You have to use vitality, like, frick. I always love to bring up how Diablo 2, we'll put points later, how Diablo 2's, like, core stat balancing is just, like, worse in every way compared to Diablo 1. And there's lots of other things, too, like, durability is a big thing, too, I feel like, because, not only does it feel like durability matters a lot more in the original Diablo, but also, like, D2, for some reason, said that bows, instead of having durability, you have, like, quivers, right? Which, like, makes, like, in concept it makes sense, but, like, in practice, like, what it essentially means is that bow, like, it just feels like the game just hates melee attackers, basically. Like if you're a melee attacker and you have an expensive weapon, you're gonna pay out the ass to repair that thing. If you have, like, the most expensive bow in the universe, you just buy quivers, and there you go. That's your durability, right? Like, it's kind of silly. Especially because later on, like, once you have, like... I mean, even early on, like, enemies drop a lot of quivers early on. Like, you can see, like, look how many arrows and bows we've already run into. Like, another set of arrows. But, like... It's, like... What's even... Like, it's a system that makes sense, like... From, like, an aspect of, like, that makes... You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. But it is so... It's just another extra factor in... Durability just becomes another factor, making being a melee attacker just suck a big one. Because Diablo 1 in Diablo 1, bows have durability. They just work like anything else. When you use bows, they lose durability. And, like, honestly, it's not like that doesn't make sense. As you use the bow, obviously it would deteriorate. It wouldn't last forever. So it's weird that to just implement, like, you could argue the quiver could just technically be part of the thing, you know what I mean? Just part of the bow. And that is something that Media and Exile does do much better. Because, well, they solved the issue by just Media and Exile just doesn't have durability. And nowadays, anyways. It used to, but nowadays, nope. It's one of a lot of things they just kind of got rid of. And, I mean, on some aspect, like, you could say, like, it's kind of disappointing that it's just gone, but, like, I mean, Media and Exile isn't trying to be Diablo 2, it's trying to be its own thing, and the way it's balanced is very different from Diablo 2, so I think it's fine. It's trying to be more of, like, it's trying to be more streamlined, basically, nowadays. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. Like, I think there's a lot of, overlap where people seem to treat, like, streamlining and quality of life and all of these things is always kind of the same thing, and, like, difficulty and stuff, like, it kind of gets treated as, like, the same thing, even though it very much is not. Like, it's kind of weird to me. It's like people, not everyone, obviously, but like there's definitely a stronger focus nowadays than there used to be on making things as frictionless as possible, if you get what I mean. Like, you can't have a player getting stuck somewhere, you know what I mean? Just do that. Honestly, I feel like starting with javelins, like javelin's like the best starting weapon, pretty much, because like the damage it does is a lot. Like 6 to 14 throw damage, like that's actually like ridiculous, right? But then also like because this is a starting, because specifically the Amazon starts with it, it's flagged as a starting weapon, which means I can walk over to Charcy here and repair this thing for 1 gold. Right? Boom. Full javelins again. Like, that's pretty, like, crazy. 6 to mana? This is actually a lot. Skeleton Mastery. Sell these for now. Do that. I do have a sash. I'm gonna get training the skill. I wonder what I'm gonna do. Part of me wants... I almost kind of want to try doing a spear javelin Amazon. Let me check my drink of... What flavors did I put in here? Like Pepsi, mango... something else I don't even remember. Oh, I love Slurpees, but honestly, they do not like me. I can't tell you how many times I'll drink a Slurpee and end up in the washroom for like a freaking like hour. Nah. Max just like the max mana isn't that big a deal, but I'll keep it for now. I honestly I probably shouldn't have. Yeah. Guitars are like they're kind of weird, honestly. Like I'm not sure why they're so low in cost. Like, why is the guitar only 140, but then I can buy, like... Oh, what's this? This stuff has warmth and lightning resist for, like, freaking, like, 25 times the price. And it's, like, not 25 times the value, that's for sure. Should it be a boson? I don't know. This is the hardest question. I don't want... Like, I feel like Java Zon is like... Like, you always end up gravitating towards Charge Strike and Lightning Fury, because those are, like, by far the best skills she has. And, like, they've kind of buffed it a bit over time, but, like, man, like, these skills are just too good. And it's purely just down to the mechanics of how this game works. Like, Charge Strike is good because it releases more and more bullets as you level it up. And what ends up happening most of the time is you use Charge Strike, and most of the bullets just release and immediately hit the enemy that you're trying to punch. So it ends up just stacking a ton of damage on one enemy. So it ends up just being ridiculous. And then Lightning Fury is the exact opposite. When you hit something, it spreads bolts at everything else. Like the first level is 2 bolts, so it'll release up to 2 bolts at nearby enemies. And this ends up escalating very quickly, where it'll release like a dozen bolts, and not only will it spread multiple bolts at every individual enemy, but if enemies are close enough to each other, multiple bolts will hit each enemy. And because you have Pierce, you can end up having it activate multiple times with one throw. So Lightning Fury is one of the rare skills where it's actually really strong as there's more enemies to hit. It actually gets stronger when there's more enemies, because it'll cause more bolts to release, and it'll cause them like all kind of stack on top of each other and pierce even more. Like, it's pretty crazy. Damn it, man. It's a hard question. Because this is like right off the bat. Like, I don't want to waste points because The skills you use at first really are not the skills you're putting points into at first. So you're kind of just building up to it. You know what I mean? Like you, this is so common. Like Amazon is no better for this. Like look at the skills. Like cold arrow, ice arrow, freezing arrow, and then like cold arrow is just you do damage and also chill. Ice arrow is you do damage and freeze, and then freezing arrow is an AoE freeze. It's like, why would you ever use these first two when this is just stronger? Like I don't get that. The synergy is stronger too. Like man. D2 definitely did have a bit of a base game problem where there's a lot of redundant skills. It's one of my few pet peeves with this game. And it's funny because the physical area is actually like pretty creative. You got multi-shot, which is sort of like you just fire like a wave of arrows in front of you. And you can't shotgun, so it's actually intended to be used against bigger groups of enemies. You got guided arrow, which is pretty effective against like fast enemies who try to like run away from you. But it also like it says, this is a rare skill that never misses. And then you have strafe, which is kind of similar to lightning fury, but it doesn't have the same stacking, so it's not nearly as like overpowered against bigger groups of enemies. You know what? I think I might do. Ooh. This is like such a hard choice to start with because it's like, what if I start playing and I find a good bow and then I'm already committed to like Java? There's also this weird thing where like you have a bunch of different skills. But you basically have Power Strike, Charge Strike, Lightning Strike, and Lightning Fury. So you have all these electric skills, and they all synergize each other, and you also have Lightning Bolt. And then you just have Poison and Plague Javelin, which only synergize each other. On the bright side, though, they do synergize each other pretty well. Like, Plague is 14%, meanwhile, like, the two Lightning Throw skills are 3% and 1%, so it's not like they do bad in that sense. But like there's like because they're both the poison ones are on the same, like they're both throwers, there's not really any point in using them both. Ah, fuck it. Let's go cold arrow. I guess I can't yet. Ah, well, whatever then. I spent all that time thinking I can't even put a point into a skill. Well, I mean I can do this. Let's throw a couple of you. Get out of here. What level does that put me at 4? Let's put a point into you and a point to you. And we'll be a freezer, so that'll be good. I guess I should pick up arrows for when I inevitably have to actually like do something. Ah, that's why there's so many, because there's 2. Oh, it's Plague Flame. Look at you. Let's healing, man. I guess we can get set up on that. So let's just guzzle you guys down. Boom. Drink some stamina so I can start sprinting. And we'll do Blood Raven. Oh, I should have picked up those knives, but whatever. Start chucking. Get out of here, y'all. Heck yeah. I'm chucking. Ah! Oh, I picked up a buckler at some point. Oops. Don't need that. There's nothing, like, you don't necessarily have to, like, there's nothing, like, it's not going to get you killed. Probably, actually. It might actually get you killed, because blocking early on just isn't worth it. Well, it's not going to get you killed, but it is going to waste a lot of your time. Blocking early on just isn't worth it, because enemies don't do enough damage to stun you, but you still obviously get stunned if you try to block. You will always go into a blocking animation if you block. And, like, there's just no reason to, because, like, it's not like it's... Like, what's the point of blocking 1 damage hits, you know what I mean? It looks like Blood Raven has spawned with a very crappy bow because she is not even doing damage to me. Okay. All of a sudden she's doing the damage. That did a lot. Holy. But yeah, you can see the difference here. Like, normally it kind of sucks fighting Blood Raven early on, but javelins are really strong early. Like, most characters really, like, struggle against her, especially because she has so much, like, freaking health. And she's, like, high level. So it can just kind of suck. Am I at 5 yet? Nope. Put more points in vitality, though. I guess we'll get our merc here. Abhaya. Okay, so you look how good these knives sell for. Like, it's pretty good. He's good. He's good. Diamonds. I'm not gonna worry about diamonds in this run. I mean, I can't socket bows. Bows aren't actually no. You can socket bows, but if I do socket a bow, it'll probably be a rune word. So, And you can tell how casual this playthrough is because I'm spending several seconds just not talking because I'm trying to get. Frick, my straw is frozen. Damn it. There we go. Now you get a drink. Yeah, we'll buy some IDs. Dexterity, I don't care. Hey, wow, that's not bad. Not gonna use it because there's no point, but it's not bad. It is clear that we are facing a threat.
Not here. Not in town.
I can't do that here. Anything decent here? It'd be nice to find like boots with. I don't remember when you can start finding boots with faster run walk on them. I don't know. I don't really know the levels of a lot of affixes because I've never really looked into it too hard. I need more dexterity for this, huh? Good to know. Hunter's bow of quality. What level is my merc right now? She is level 3. She's fire arrow. I guess it makes sense to leave her as fire arrow because I'll be cold arrow.
I'll put that to good use.
There you go. Let's keep this stuff for now. Actually, maybe Geed has something. What do you got for me, Geed? Good day to you, partner. I don't know why I'm giving everyone like accents. Big bow actually requires strength, I forgot. It's also socketed, of course. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep this for now. What level are we? I have 2 skill points remaining, so I guess I'll just... Nah, I won't bother with these. Should be fine.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's funny how I was making fun of, whatchamacallit. Blood Raven for being weak. Hey, I can pick knives up. Having fun. I was making fun of him for blah blah blah. I was making fun of her weak. And then she, like, did, like, half my health with poison. It was kind of weird, though, because if it didn't poison me, it didn't do any damage. I wonder if that's... a bug. So I know the thing with Blood Raven, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. She spawns with a random bow. Like a bow just like any other bow you can pick up off the ground. She's one of the few enemies in the game that actually does that, outside of like the Ancients. And because of that, sometimes she'll just spawn with a bow that just like does nothing. But Like, even if she has like the weakest bow available that doesn't spawn with any decent affixes, it should still do some damage. So I'm not sure why that was doing like 0 damage when it hit me. Like, that was odd. Like, it feels like something was amiss there. Like, I know there's something weird where she has like a skill she uses called like Quick Strike or something like that. That's like, I remember if you read one of there's a post. I don't know if it's a post, but there's like someone went into detail. Well, maybe not even into detail. Someone just like offhandedly mentioned how absurdly busted it is, in the sense that it just like does not work. It's like supposed to be like it just like it's like some weird thing where like it doesn't synchronize online, or it doesn't. I should say specifically, it doesn't synchronize between the server and the game. Like what I'm seeing and what the game's actually doing. And that might sound weird for me to say that, but it's because this game has a client server system that doesn't strictly refer to like online, but just kind of refers to like what is functionally happening under the hood and what you can see happening, basically. Like the server takes care of like the actual like mechanics and stuff, and then the client takes care of all the graphical effects and stuff and display and whatnot. And the weird, like what's really weird about the way it's handled in this game is that there are lots of instances where the way that something works and like the way that it's shown to you is not the same. So there are instances where there will be weird slight desyncs. Like a very famous example is the Shamans of Act 1, where their fireball skill is actually supposed to get faster as like you fight stronger ones. Like the Fallen Shamans are supposed to shoot slow fireballs, and then for example the Dark Shamans you see near the end of the act are supposed to shoot much faster fireballs. And that does work as like client side, that works. But like you don't see that because it doesn't, like the client doesn't like sync that up or whatever. Like it's not synced. So no matter what fireball skill is being used, it always looks like it's the same. But it's not. And that's why when you fight the high level ones, sometimes they'll just like you'll just kind of get hit and you won't even like know why. And then sometimes you'll see the fireball actually hit you and it won't do anything. And there's a lot of that in this game. You've probably noticed that lots. If you've played this game a lot, you'll see like something hit you and explode, and then you just like don't take damage. Even though magic is not supposed to miss in this game, right? Under normal circumstances, magic doesn't miss. And that is like always true. That's not some like sometimes it'll miss anyways. Like it's just because sometimes there's just desync between what's actually happening and what like the game is showing you is happening, basically. And it's definitely like one of the few like big problems with this game. Like there's a lot of that, and there's nothing like if you mod the game, you'll run into that issue a lot, because you'll try to do custom stuff and it just like won't work properly, because there'll be like weird little desyncs with certain things if you try to get too crazy with it. And there's not really much you can do to fix it because it's basically just the way the game works. Like it's technically fixable, but you would have to like do like actual like executable edits. Like it wouldn't be something you could easily like give to other people. Is basically like the big problem of it. Get out of here, guys. Stop blocking. God, I hate that shit early on. Do I have another potion? No, I already used it. Someone want to drop a potion? I'd very much appreciate it. Or give me a health try. Nice. Just as good. Like, it's kind of funny. I'm not even using a skill yet, and it's like, you know, it doesn't really matter. I'm killing everything in one hit with the javelins anyways. Most of the time. Sometimes they'll tank a hit. If an enemy spawns with a lot of health, and then I also get a low roll, they'll probably live. And remember, the trick with the caves is to just kind of keep going along the path, which like makes sense, but it's like basically you want to just kind of keep going in straight lines is what I mean, basically. Like that's the, those are guys. Those might kill my Merc if she walks over there. My Merc's gonna die, and I'm busy getting blocked by the stupid fucking corrupt rogues. I hate enemies being able to block. Like, it's especially bad because so many enemies in Act 1 have freaking shields. Once you get to later acts, it dies down a lot. It's just, there's so many enemies in Act 1 that are just running around with shields that can just block you. It's just another reason why, like, even at the start of the game, they're punishing you for being a melee attacker, I swear. I don't get that shit, man. Like, they don't always spawn with melee weapons, or like with shields. Because they actually need to spawn with the shield to be able to do that, but still. I should probably not walk around with 10 health against a boss pack, huh? Because I almost kind of forgot, like, yeah, no, I'm in hardcore, dude. If I die, that's it. Probably not be too foolhardy with that. Alright, now we can get on with it. What level am I? 6. There we go. Now we can pop into Cold Arrow. And dodge. Sure, why not? Should I bother with, like, physical skill? Like, Magic Arrow is nice, but, like, not really necessary. Like, The thing with Magic Arrow is it's like, oh, you don't use arrows when you do this, and it's like, okay, but why? Is it really worth having a skill just to not use arrows when you have 500 of them and they cost like pennies? Like, they're so cheap. You really do not need to worry about that. It's just not a big issue. Like, that's all I'm saying, you know. Oops, it's kind of hard to tell in Remastered. Sometimes it's kind of nice to be able to just... What's my... right, I have to change the keys. I forgot about that. Mouse wheel, blah blah blah, toggle, yada yada. Oops. How do you, like, stop that? I don't even know. Auto map. I guess I can do that. But surely there's a way to, like, actually, like, delete it. Legacy, well, there you go. Let's change that to tab. Here we go. Save custom. And apply. Here we go. Now I can swap a tab. And I can use the auto map still. Aw, man, but that'll happen too. If you follow the path, sometimes you'll find the cave instead of the way forward. Oopsie doodles. Well, I guess that's a good thing I killed all the the boss group here then. Okay, we need to hunker down here and kill them all. Get out of here. Nice thing about arrows is that most bows shoot pretty fast. So, you know, I put an elemental damage gem in there, which does flat extra damage, and it goes pretty hard. It's kind of funny, because if you've ever played Monster Hunter, it's kind of the same thing in that game. The best weapons are, for elemental damage, are fast-hitting weapons like dual blades or like bow. because elemental damage in that game, for the most part, generally just does extra damage based on enemy's weakness, and like it's just kind of flat extra damage, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, that might be up there. Yeah, that actually does look like it. I might have jumped the gun on that. Okay, I'm gonna quickly turn on my fan here because I am sweating for some reason. It's not particularly hot, but I guess it's just sweating time. You know how it is. Your body just decides, I'm sweating, and then you just sweat even though you're sitting in a cold basement. Riddle me that. Wait, no, that doesn't look like the way forward, though. I mean, you know, I might be getting thrown off by the torch. Because I bet you if I go into remaster, like, yeah, no, now it looks normal. It's just the fancy graphics made me think like this was a camp. But no, this is probably just the way forward, like right over here. Only thing with being an elemental bow user early on is that you really eat through ammo, or you eat through mana. So you don't get too many uses without having some potions on you. So I mostly just save my cold out for like the big targets. Unless you pick up one, then you might as well use it. To the dark wood! Oh yeah, loading screens. I forgot like this game has loading screens everywhere. That's pretty nice to find early on.
Good day.
No, I hate that. I hate that that's just an option. I tend to click it by accident. And then sometimes I'll accidentally click the other option that doesn't say no, and I'll end up just wasting my reset. 3 life? Sure, whatever. Good enough. Do that. Put you there. That 6 mana early on is putting in some work. Which is kind of funny. Dark wood. Alright, where would... Oh god. Get out of here, y'all. My plan appears to have failed. They are not getting out of here, y'all. Just go try. Alright, walk over here, rogue. Let's, man, there's a lot of enemies. But I just picked up an extra pair of arrows. I'm just gonna start spitting. Alright. Let's look for them trees. There's trees and then there hill. I don't know why. I wanted to almost make a Shining reference, but I ended up turning it into like a what in tarnation joke. Kill da. Da. Trees, yada yada. Where are them trees at? The way forward is probably down to the north, like the south there, but gotta be trees somewhere. I always love this little unique, like, fence wall arrangement. It's like one of the standout, like, little tile things that stands out to me. I think this only usually... Actually, I forget what the rules of this thing spawning are. I forget if it only ever spawns in the Dark Woods, or if it just spawns in, like, one spot in Act 1. It never shows up in the Cold Plains, that's for sure. It must just be Darkwood only. Like, I can't think of where anywhere else it shows up. Like, maybe it can show up in the later ones, too? Like, you usually see one. I just don't remember if it's Darkwood only. Is the tree gonna be like right over here? Oh, that guy's gold enchanted. Okay. One of the advantages of being a ranged fighter is not getting gurked. Gurked, I don't know why that's the way they're popping in. Not getting gonked by the... Whoops. Yeah, man, I was trying to heal her and instead I just throw it on the floor. She's like dying and it's like I go to give her a potion and I just drop it and just waste it in front of her. Pop some more points. Let's get like 50, the standard 50-50 for strength and dex so I can like wear stuff. I guess, well, I was gonna say I shouldn't put too many points code out, but it's a synergy. Ice Arrow just adds freeze time, so there's no reason to worry about that. And I'm not gonna worry about these. I mean, should I? I'm not gonna get freezing until level 30, so I don't know if I should be worried about synergies, but like, I'll keep it. I'll keep the points for now. Anyways, the tree might be like right over here actually. There's like a little gap here. Yep, there she blows. Get out of there, you're gonna die! Oh, classic. He just outran all my bolts because he's going after my Merc for some reason. Get in between him.
I need mana.
What do you mean I need mana? Okay. Very good. And there's the tree. There's another guy. Kill him. That's what you save the cold arrow for. Them big guys. Buck, buck, buck. Whoops. So, like, come on, man. What are you doing? It's not selling for much, but, like, I might as well. It's kind of funny. I did the exact same thing, just to the opposite person. I'm gonna save these arrows, and I just drop them in front of her and just kind of like fumble about, trying to pick them back up. It's Rakinishu. Another guy that's kind of scary if you're a melee fighter, but if you're a ranged person, it doesn't really matter.
Thank you.
Ooh, I fumbled about with that second one, but once I got the second one, the last three went down quick. Tristram.
It's as if a great war were fought here.
All that's left of proud Tristram are ghosts and ashes. Wee. Okay, I'm gonna ignore all y'all. Oh, I guess not you. The champions are dying. Remember that Tristram is a great place to get experience early on. If you want to quickly level up a few times, it's not bad to just run Tristram a couple times because there's just a couple boss groups that are always here.
Deckard Cain, go to the rogues' camp without delay.
Oh god!
I need mana.
Die! Oh, he's mana burn. That's not a big deal. I already have no mana. You can't take what I don't have, buddy. You dropped a mana potion just for me, too. As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no particular charge. He doesn't say it in particular, but you know. That's the first ring I found. 1 to strength. Sure, why not? Game's really, like, being not particularly kind on the drops today. Well, I say today, like it's always generous usually. Oh, Mana Steel is actually quite good early on. Well, I say that, but really it's actually not that great because your damage is so low, it doesn't really do all that much. Sure, whatever. Poison link collection, okay. Let's just quickly buy stuff that's like decent. I don't need arrows.
Good evening.
Good evening. Poison link reduction, sure, whatever. Getting a bunch of these early on, getting a bunch of poison link reductions early on can be pretty nice for Andario, since she's really like the one big poison thing in this game. It's nice just to be able to like tell her to F off. And yeah, I guess that'll be it for this part. I guess I could go a little further, but I'm not feeling like playing for too much longer. Yeah, no, that'll be it for this part. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I'm gonna stretch. Yeah, see you guys later.